Hi, my name's Yvonne and I'm an independent UK Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today is our video hop with Stamp Around UK. So the theme this time is to do with different levels of crafters. So we have our basic crafter, our casual crafter and our avid crafter. So I'm going to show you this particular stamp set, and this is one I'm going to be using for all three cards, and you can see how it progresses. And I'll just bring in the actual design so you can see it. So it's Sparkle of the Season. Now you can buy this as a stamp on its own, or if you have a die cutting machine, then you can buy it as a bundle with the dies, and I'll just show you the dies here. As you can see, I've had them out already. I think that's all of them back in the right place, or maybe that one goes there. One goes there. This little die there as well. So you have this circular one with stars, you have this one with the ferns, you've got little leaves to cut out on the with the actual leaves that you stamp. You've got your leaves to cut out as well, and a little pine cone. And on this one here you have another leaf and some other bits and pieces to cut out. So this is sort of like an autumn winter as well as Christmas. So you've got Happy Halloween and may the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home, grateful, and then you've got Merry Christmas on there. So I think this is a great all-round one to use. And the colours I'm going to be using mainly is Shaded Spruce and Real Red in the inks. I've also got Early Espresso, but as I say, with a beginner crafter you'd only probably got a couple of colours. And if, let me just get this, we have this these ink spots that are available to purchase. So this has got the Real Red, it's got the Shaded Spruce in it. It's also got a basic grey, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Gorgeous Grape and Coastal Cabana. Now I use basic grey a lot when I don't want black. So if I want something that's not quite as harsh as black, then basic grey is a great one for stamping your sentiments. And this is one of my definitely go-to colours. So you have these stamping spots, and as I say, this is ideal if you are a beginner, then to get this set to start you off, and then you better progress onto the bigger stamp sets or the bigger stamp pads when you want to. So I just thought I'd show that as well. Right, so let's start with the cards. And I've been working preparing these. So here we have the first card, which is our basic stamper. So the basic stamper will only have an ink pad, your stamp set, possibly some gems, but I've not used gems on this particular card. I've left it really simple for the basic. So we've got the circular stamp. I'll just show you that there. It's on my other side. I've got all green ink on me. And then on the reverse we have the actual leaf. So I've stamped it 3 times. And then in this little stamp set as well, you've got these little leaves, and I've just stamped them in between. And then there's berry, and as you can see I've got ink. Let me just wipe that off before I put it anywhere. Sorry about that. So there's some little berries, so I've just used the Real Red just to stamp 5 times around the reef. I've then used the little leaves in the corner just to give it a little bit more interest. And then the big Merry Christmas, which is this one here, I've stamped in the Real Red. Now, if you wanted to, you could stamp with your Shaded Spruce with leaves and then stamp off and make a lighter colour, because that's quite a simple technique to learn when you're a beginner. But I've left all the colours true on this one here. So that is your basic card. Now this one here, we've stepped it up a little bit. So it's the same image as this one, but as you can see, we've got some more elements. So I've used some gems for the little berries. I've also done a little bit of stamping off with the smaller leaves on here. I've then raised it up on 3 dimensionals, and underneath we have a layer of crumb cake just under there. The basic card is very vanilla. I've kept all the basic, the same basic, so this is very vanilla as well. Then we have a piece of ribbon at the bottom, tied in a bow, and then we have the Merry Christmas. This time I've stamped it with the Early Espresso, which I think is a great basic colour as well. And I've used our papers from the celebration just at the back of it, and then raised up. Oh no, I don't think I've raised that up. No, I've just stuck it flat on there with Merry Christmas in the Early Espresso on the crumb cake paper. And that is the Casual Crafter. And this is for your Avid crafter. Now, for me, I'm an avid crafter. So with this design, I'm using a cherry cobbler base, using the very vanilla again. As I say, I'm keeping the same bases, but this time I've used the die cutting machine to cut out this particular die. I have the berries on there as well, and then we also have the pine cones, which is another little stamp. And then I've used a die machine to cut out the little berries, and then there may be a little bit of sparkle on there. I don't know whether you can see that, but I put some little wink of Stella on the pine cones. Again, we have the ribbon and the Merry Christmas in the Early Espresso stamped, but I've used some DSP paper just at the back, which is from the Tidings of Christmas in the annual catalogue, and I've used the same, the red is the same as the DSP paper. So on the back of any of our designer series papers, you'll see a list of the coordinating colours. So we've got Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, Misty Moonlight, Sahara Sand, Soft Succulent and Whisper White, or Basic White it will be. So I always take inspiration from what it says on the designer series paper instructions, and it also shows you in the catalogue as well. So if you've got one of these catalogues, then where you've got your designer series paper, it'll tell you the coordinating colours, so that'll help you especially when you're purchasing. I know when I receive my catalogue, I'll have a look at the papers and then I'll see what colours are coordinating, and then it gives me an indication of anything that I need to buy. Now, if you haven't got a catalogue, then please drop me an email at my email address, which is yflitton@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to pop one in the post for you. Right, so that is my collection of cards for this blog. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and there'll be links below to all the other demonstrators that have joined this Stamp Around UK blog hop, and they'll be showing you all the other ways of creating cards from a beginner to an avid crafter. Enjoy the rest of the blog hop. Thank you. Bye bye.